What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can. First up, let's talk about AI color themes. You can get any combos you want, bold and bright, minimalist and sleek, or something you didn't even think of. Just describe the vibe you want, or even use the colors of your logo, and let AI do its thing. Beautiful. Next up is the AI section creator. This is great for those website essentials, like a contact section or a place to subscribe. Now, I'm running a sale, so I punch in some details, and just like that, I have a promo section. Functional and beautiful. I love it. Now, for the AI text creator. I got some products that need description, so I type in some keywords, and there it is. I've got copy that lands. Now, let's see what the AI image creator can do. Sometimes you just want to spice up your visual game. Type your idea and watch it turn into a high-quality image in seconds. You can have some real fun with this. If you need to tweak something, just brush it over, write what you want, and there it is. I may not be an artist, but that's art. If you're ready to build something you love, head to Wix.
So I'm gonna go over co-producer. It can listen to the music that you have, and it's gonna find samples that fit your music. Do you think it would be cool each person comes up, quick 30 seconds, throw a prompt in?
That's kind of cool. Just drag it?
Just drag it.
This is the vibe.
I'm gonna add some like uns. Yeah, I think this one.
That was pretty cool.
We'll do that.
Nailed it on the first one.
Rapid fire.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
who's next?
It's kind of cool.
Do it. Any singers in here?
Oh no, you make me go up on stage. I don't think that I have the patience.
That's awesome.
This man went on a whole rant talking about mental health. Whole time it was his girlfriend stressing him out. Nah, in all seriousness, bro, this just shows that, bro, anybody girl can be took. Tom Brady got cheated on. Castanet got cheated on. What make you think you can't get cheated on? Nah, but seriously though, if this is really the reason why you cheated on her, bro, you definitely don't need to be with a woman, because the fact that you got rage baited about a Twitter page like that just shows that, bro, you need to take a break from social media, bro, because godly, bro, you are way too deep in, bro.
Is that Chris?
Man, what is good, YouTube? Y'all already know who it is, bro. It's Lucas J here, y'all. Back with another video, man. And today, y'all, we got a crazy and wild video to talk about. Now, it seems like in today's classroom, y'all, we got somebody who we don't really ever have on the roster, man. We got Castanet on the roster. Yes, y'all, we got streamer slash social media icon Castanet on the roster. And it seems like it's been reported everywhere that he broke up with his girl, but the reasoning, they are saying that she cheated on him with NBA YoungBoy, man. And it got social media going crazy, and people are saying they could have seen it from a mile away. Now, we're going to talk about it. Man, what is good, YouTube? Y'all already know who it is, bro. It's Lucas J here, y'all. Back with another video, man. And today, y'all, we got a crazy and wild video to talk about. Now, it seems like in today's classroom, y'all, we got somebody who we don't really ever have on the roster, man. We got Castanet on the roster. Yes, y'all, we got streamer slash social media icon Castanet on the roster. And it seems like it's been reported everywhere that he broke up with his girl, but the reasoning, they are saying that she cheated on him with NBA YoungBoy, man. And it got social media going crazy, and people are saying they could have seen it from a mile away. Now, we're going to talk about it, and we're going to get into it. But before we do real quick, y'all know my little routine, but just hit that like button, you feel me? And comment, tap in down below, and also smash that notification bell. So for one, I can keep y'all updated on this situation, but also, bro, y'all can just be notified anytime I drop a video in general, bro. Now, as I said, bro, we got Castanet on the roster. Now, if y'all know who Castanet is, he is the #1 Twitch streamer in the world. #1 black streamer. He's the #1 Twitch streamer in the world. He ended up going viral having this, I think it was like his 3rd Mafia-thon where he hit 1 million subscribers. So if y'all do the math on that, y'all be surprised, bro. You feel me? He really changed the whole thing of Twitter. He the reason why he changed the whole thing of Twitch, excuse me. He the reason why, bro, really everybody want to be a streamer now. Like, he the reason why everybody's picking up phone trying to stream, because they see that he's really opening lanes and he changed the game for the better. Now, we all know, you know what I'm saying, if y'all aren't aware, he had a girlfriend, a woman that goes by the name of Gigi. To be honest with you, social media never gave her a fair share from the jump. People instantly felt like, you know, she was just with him for the money and, you know, she just trying to get a come up, and people just be miserable. A lot of the same nigga that was talking bad on her, the same nigga that act like they want to sleep with Castanet. But long story short, news came out today that, you know, pretty much he broke up with her. Now, he put up a post on Twitter and said, I'm single.
Why can't I make any changes without an admin approval? Why?
With Monday.com's intuitive work management platform, you have the power. Not IT, not admins. You're in charge, so you can tailor work exactly how you love to do it. Whether you're managing tickets, marketing, projects, or sales, Monday.com gives you a holistic solution for everything work-related. For example, you can add custom fields, choose how you like to view your work, and easily add automation without needing help from IT. They're probably busy anyway.
Who's approving this? Who are you? Come out! Come out if you're the admin!
Once your workflow
Single, I would never be in another relationship again. And of course, that went crazy on social media, because when Castanet first got his girlfriend, it was such a big deal to everybody. Mind you, people break up and date people every day. Literally, Castanet is not the first, second, third, or last person that broke up with somebody today or became single. People break up with people every day, but because it's Castanet, it's a big deal. But the rumors why they saying that he did it is crazy. Now, it was a post going around on Twitter from a page that ain't even got that many followers. It said there are some rumors going around that Castanet girlfriend Gigi is cheating on him with NBA YoungBoy via DJ Academics on his live stream. Now, wait, before we get back into this crazy video, bruh, I got a surprise for y'all. A lot of y'all be at home just scrolling on your phone all day and not making no money. But guess what? Y'all ain't got to worry about that no more. Literally, if you sign up right now,
from DJ Academics. I ain't say shit. That he ended things with his girlfriend after she allegedly cheated with. No, I ain't say shit. She denied it all in a video. Wait, she posted a video? Wait, what's this?
He's mad about his bitch.
Oh, nah. Is this? Oh, little TJ's trying to jump in the group chat. Huh? They said Kai was at a YoungBoy concert. Yo, YoungBoy's my friend. He doesn't fuck niggas, bitches on some diabolical shit. He's not like that. Sakai broke up with Gigi and she responded by saying she never cheated on him.
I love you, mommy and mommy and mommy.
I love you more.
I love mommy and.
I love you more.
Okay.
Ain't no way she cheated on me. I ain't gonna lie, I don't believe it.
Now it's easier for me to just get through life alone. I'm just gonna get you a new purse. I'm just not gonna get you a new this. I'm just gonna get you a new.
Now, they weren't only like baking me. Chat, they got into some other shit too. Right? Some of the hilarious niggas online was just like, yo, she cheated on Kai because she asked Kai for a pink G-Wagon. He didn't get her one for Christmas. Yo, Kai, we love you, bro. We know this is all fake. I'm just taking myself out of the group chat, but that is funny. Did she ask Kai for a real pink G-Wagon? She ain't asked that nigga for no fucking G. Yo, niggas be online lying, man. Yo, why niggas be lying this much? Pink G-Wagon. No way. I'll just search. What the fuck? NBA YoungBoy allegedly bought her $170,000 pink G-Wagon. She asked Kai for Christmas. Come on, bro. Oh, I was about to say. Did she ask Kai for a pink G-Wagon? Yeah, this is some evil shit, man. Wait, hold on. Give me 1 second, Sean. Oh.
The best one. Next. I think this might be the best one. Yeah, I think this
So I think this is Kai and this girl. Let's hear.
might be my number one gift. So let me do a drum roll real quick. Yeah. No, but my cookies, I baked them fresh. This is my, okay, I know it seems like a lot, but you're Santa Claus and you get people stuff. Like, come on. Okay, so this is my number one gift. Description, as you can see, G-Wagon, black, pink interior. It's very detailed. I just feel like, you know.
Chat, what are you doing if your girlfriend of 3 months asks you for a pink G-Wagon?
For safety reasons, I did want a pink outside, but for safety reasons, I just feel like maybe it should be pink in the inside, so I still get that pink vibe, and then just do black.
Oh, she's modest. Pink in the inside, not pink on the outside. I like that.
Black on the outside and black out the windows, tinted up, you know, like that.
Yo, yeah, I see y'all in the chat. I agree with y'all. Yo, any chick asks me for that, I'm referring her to Lil Baby. Lil Baby is the trick of the trick. Yo, if y'all want $500,000, y'all got to go date Lil Baby. If y'all want Chanel purses just to meet, go to Lil Baby. If y'all want the private jet, 3 cars, y'all want to be in space, go to Lil Baby. Look, we just caught Lil Baby paying like $5,000 for sticks and bones. Like he'll pay. I don't know what's up with him. Like he must got too much money. But Lil Baby is the only trick on the block that will pay for whatever y'all chicks need. But I can see, by the way, Kai got it. Kai up 200 million. But still, Kai was like, what?
That, so can't nobody know or tell that it's me. Okay? Or
listen, it's called Connect Team and it's insane. I don't do schedules or timesheets manually anymore.
And it works?
Oh, like you wouldn't believe it. My team puts in their availability, I click auto schedule, and boom, there it goes. No more Excel, no more phone calls, no more group chats. Oh. Perfect schedule, like that.
Damn, so all you gotta do is post it.
Yeah, my team loves that it's just one app, so they see their shifts, they can approve it, and I know it's covered.
But wait, what if there's like a last minute change? I mean, that's the afternoon gone, right?
So in that case, I just blast a shift for my team to claim. Everyone sees it, and I just assign the first one to pick it up. It literally takes 2 minutes. I'm telling you, it's all in the app. So they clock in, I can see who's working, who's late in real time, and their hours go straight to their timesheets, so I don't have to do anything.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm embarrassed to say, I used to spend 3 days prepping timesheets for payroll. Now it takes, what?
if this one was black as well, pink in the inside, I'm just really big on like the black outside, the black exterior, pink interior vibe. I wanted black interior, pink exterior, but for safety reasons, I just feel like, yeah. And I did pick trucks because, you know, Atlanta has a lot of potholes and, you know, I can't always see them. And I feel like trucks go over potholes better than cars. Are you stressed? Are you okay? Do you need a fan? Are you okay? Okay, calm down, simmer down, simmer down. Simmer down. Yeah, I'm less likely to hit a curb in this car. You know, just it's safer for me. A truck is safer for me, okay? Price, not that much. Not that much. It's not that much, okay? I did specify that I want a big pink bow on top. Big pink one, not red, not blue, not green. Big.
This gotta be a skit, right? Like his girl really not rocking like this, right? Like they did this on stream. Like this gotta be like a skit. Like obviously this was probably for stream. And this is where, if this was for stream, I hope Kai comes out and kind of clear her name like, yo, she's not, because right here, it kind of looks like, yo, a girl comes out and says, yo, buy me something for 200,000, 500,000. Like, I get it, he's up mad millions, but it's like, how about maybe you suggest you be modest and hopefully he loves you so much he does more? How about that? Like, she's just coming with it. Yeah, it's not that much. It's 400,000. Yeah, let's get to the next thing. What the fuck?
Big and pink. That is going to cost you around $50 to $100. Wait. Oh, yeah. I was talking, No. You can't get the bow without the car. How much? How much the car? Yeah. Not that much. How much? Not that much.
This got to be a skit.
I don't know. I don't know. It's not that much though. I promise. It's not that much. Like, it's not a lot. Okay?
Chat, gold digger or no?
Okay. Yeah. But like I said, the bow is cheap. Like, the bow is...
She talking about the bow for the car. Nigga, how much the car cost?
The bow is where we're gonna... Nope. No? Okay.
Y'all think she dead serious? I don't think so.
Oh, okay. My cookies are all over the floor.
Is this serious?
Yeah, I think this might be my #1 gift. So let me do it. Come on!
Nah, this is kind of diabolical still. Now, people, like, you know, I do think, and I feel bad for Shorty a little bit too. And again, I don't know. I'm hoping that this shit is fake. Maybe they're doing a science experiment to see how many people were like wishing bad on them. But like, people have pointed out things about her. Like, they were like, yo, there's a point where she was asked what's her ideal man before she got with Kai, and people noticed that she pointed out she described a man that don't look nothing like Kai. They were like, what's your ideal man? She said, you know, Kai's like 5'4". She's like, yo, I like a nigga that's 6'3", muscular as fuck, tall, you know what I mean? Like I don't like dreads. Like, she described the opposite of Kai. Like, listen.
While we making the food and shit, like, you could like build your nigga.
Build my nigga.
Build my nigga. Listen to this.
Yeah. Like, build up. You ever like seen 2K?
So create a nigga.
Yeah, the game.
Yeah. Like, build your nigga like 2K. Like your dream nigga.
Dream nigga. Let's go.
How do I do that?
I'm gonna give you an example. Like, you say like his height, his age, his weight. Good.
Okay.
So now she gonna tell y'all her dream nigga.
He gotta be like
6'1". Yo, they funny for this. They said 6'1". They put Kai's height 5'3". Yo, stop playing with Kai. Kai taller than 5'3". That's fucked up. Stop playing with my boy Kai though. You feel me? If Kai stand on his money, he's like 10 feet tall. Stop playing.
Are we saying like, this is realistic shit?
So even this nigga, and he looked like he might be tall, at least maybe like 5'11". He said to her, yo, this is realistic? She's like, yeah. I mean, chat, we gotta be honest. These chicks want like a nigga who look like they could play in the league. Let's keep it a bean. But again, people are using this against her. This was before she met him though.
Was we not being realistic?
I mean, I was being realistic, but like.
Me too.
Okay. All right.
What you thought I was gonna say 5'9"?
Damn, she said you thought he was gonna say 5'9"? That's my height. Hell nah. She said she ain't my height is not good for her. She want a nigga in the league, bro.
6'1".
6'1", okay. Waves. Now, back then, Kai had dreads. So she said she want a nigga with waves, he got dreads. She want a nigga 6'1", he's 5'3" or 5'5".
Love me a little, waves. Nice body, like.
20:15.
Why I have this picture of Kai right here? Why they got this picture of Kai right here? Like, yo, like Kai ain't built. Like, stop playing with Kai, man. Yo, nigga, stop playing with that nigga, bro. She said, nice body. They put up Kai. That's not even Kai. They put up like a midget picture, bro.
Works out.
Works out. The Kai work out. That's a fact.
Looks nice. Light skin.
Kai. That's not even Kai. They put up like a midget picture, bro.
Works out.
Works out. The Kai work out. That's a fact.
Looks nice. Light skin.
Oh, she said light skin. Kai dark skin. Yo, this shit is diabolical, chat. Yo, this is why, like, yo, this is like a Kosh thing. Your girl cannot be online doing TikToks, none of that. Q&As, none of that. Because if, like, again, even if she think like this, bro, once she say it and you're that popular, they're always going to use it against you. Because she described the nigga that don't look like her. Light skin, he dark skin. 6'1", he 5'5". Well, they're trying to act like, pause, I don't judge men's body, but, like, I don't think Kai's not out of shape, right? So, like, I don't know if women would consider that, like, you know, in shape, whatever, like she was saying it, but she's describing a nigga that doesn't really fit the criteria that he is.
Looks
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform made for anyone with an idea and a drive to bring it to life. Describe what you want and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction. From tools built for one to platforms ready for many. From passion projects to enterprise-grade systems. Everything is built in and ready to launch. It's a new world of creation, where you can go as far as your imagination takes you. Can you imagine it? Let's make your dream a reality right now.
Let me introduce you to my creative assistant, Claude. Claude is an AI collaborator that works with you, not just for you. You can literally do so many things with Claude. What's really cool is that you can use Claude connectors to connect all the things you use for work, like Gmail, Calendar, Notion, maybe Asana, so that Claude can go through all the tasks and prepare for the day for you. I've been preparing to launch Japanese learning service, and when I'm ready to start teaching Japanese, I can connect Canva to Claude, and Claude can turn my lesson draft into really cool slides using Canva. And that is why Claude is my favorite AI collaborator tool.
You've been promised incredible things with AI, but has it actually lived up to all the hype? I can promise you that today it will. Introducing ClickUp Super Agents, the world's first AI agents that natively collaborate with humans and always have correct context and perfect memory. You lead, your super agents go to work. The promise of AI is finally here. Not someday, right now. Maximize productivity with your first super agent today.
Hey, stop it.
You can't let it jiggle too much. You gonna fuck up your rhythm. You gotta,
Stop it, TJ.
Hey, boo, and they want me to stop it. And a lot of times that I drop shit back on their heels, I'ma move obnoxious. Big up, cause I pop it. Steady bullying, they want me to stop it. Been a lot of times since I dropped shit. Back on their heels, I'ma move obnoxious. Packing the steel, frontin', I'ma pop quick. They be hating on TD, they not slick. From the slums, I was young when I got rich. How the fuck I look loving a dot, bitch? I be flashing on niggas like, whoa. Shit progression, fuck niggas like gold. They was fuck around, I'm in a yo. Done churches, hundreds of thousands to show. Don't know how I do it, a nigga just spit. Then look up, see everybody on my dick. I'm jipping.
Yo, Ka, you might have to catch a fade with TJ. This nigga's wildin'. I ain't gonna lie, he's wildin'. Okay.
Nigga.
Oh, he dropped a song called Ben Had. Yo, this shit's diabolical, bro. Now, here's the sad part. Let me tell you this, and I'm just being honest, chap. I've been there with the girl where like we get into an argument, it's a bad argument, and then I'm convinced I'm done with her. She's convinced she's done with me, but we're not done with each other, and we kind of get back together, right? You see, Kai is so popular that once he tweets this out and then once she comes with what she says, everybody is believing these words. So, like, now, unless he instantly comes out tomorrow and says this was trolling, people are never going to ever believe that this isn't some shit that's lingering or he's insecure or whatever the case is. So, I don't know, man. I don't know, but I who's this? Dez. I think this is Kai's friend. He's completely in shock when he found out. What?
Is he hidden? You know what's about us? Us. This is real. This is not Casey hidden. This.
Can I see where's my cross?
Wait! You know what's about?
Huh? Nah, this was relationship goals. These moments. Yo, if she cheat on Kai, Black Love is done. Yo, Dr. Umar, if she cheat on Kai, yo, take us to the Caucasus Mountains. We going to the Bad Bunny concerts. We might have to go over there to North Korea, South Korea. We might have to leave black women alone. Nah, I'm playing. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Yo, this is Black Love. This is Black Love impersonified. I'm sorry. Yo, chat, if she cheated on Kai, Black Love is done for like at least 4 months. 4 months. Like, not forever, but 4 months. No? What the fuck is this? Oh. What the hell? Let me just, all right. All right, let me just search my name, because that's when I really came on here to clear myself. Somebody said, somebody post that clip of academics exposing Gigi. Nigga don't exist. Look at somebody that said. Now they're saying that YoungBoy dissed me and Kai Cenat in a new recorded song. Look.
Bitch, I been a fool. You make me mad and I burn your ass. Bitch, you scared of you. Bitch, you got mans and I got mans. And plus I'm ignorant. What you want to do? Bitch, like I'm Zion in that city. I'm trying to duck on them little dope. See, bitch, I'm shine down to my penny every time. Get on with these jokes. Crazy hoes with bum pregnant bitches. Okay, get a boot. He won't be Tyson. He gon' get shot. I bet it's far inside the scope. Oh, you don't like me, bitch? Get out. Your sister got more dudes for you. You play with me and then forever towards that bitch, I'm cool. I'll make that bitch go tell her face or make that bitch up leave her do. Man, I just gotta get my leak back and then I'm through.
This got nothing to do with me, please. Take me out the group chat. This is the fucking page that did it. This is the fucking page that did it. Did they tweet after this? They fucking.
Who's up top, third floor? Above us. Coming down. I'm jumping.
They said Aiden Ross went off?
No disrespect to. So what did YoungBoy do? He flew her out? See, no disrespect to YB, but that bitch must be absolutely out of her fucking mind. She might be the most retarded person ever. No disrespect to YB. YB's got like 15 baby mamas. And like, no, I'm not hating on him, but like, you have Kai, no baby mamas.
What am I supposed to do with it?
One-on-one.
Wait, did Aiden really react to this? No way. This page is posting fake shit because they posted my tweet. That's fake.
No, yeah.
Yo, this internet shit is crazy.
It's like their whole team landing in over there.
I wonder why Kai the mere fact Kai tweeted it out, I'm telling you, she has a million stories about it.
I see that.
Yo, that type of tweet is out of frustration. She probably blackmailing you. She probably be like, yo, you do that again, I'm gonna go live and tell the story time. So when he says that, I can tell it's frustration.
You mean he's already here?
Let me see. I'm trying to look up the ball.
Look, stairs. Robert. I don't know where the third one is. Stairs, Robert. Look.
I don't think that's it.
Oh my God, there's so deep down there.
Oh, he did react to that. What the fuck?
One more on the helipad.
Probably the
oh my God,
most serious ever been in a relationship. I don't know. It's just like, why would you not make it work and be loyal to him? You know what I mean? Like, why not?
Why you still dark red?
So what did YoungBoy do?
I told
He
you
flew her
I've been
out.
like this the whole
See,
time.
no disrespect to YB, but that bitch must be absolutely out of her fucking mind.
I'm ready as shit right now. Damn, Bunker Buster having ass team, bro.
We're gonna the year next year.
He's all easy money right here.
Now let me call my son Tyler and Rakai and Dad.
Get over there.
Let me group call the close.
This is your brain when you're struggling to focus. And this is your brain when you're in the zone. But getting in the zone and staying there.
So we are going to talk about surface integrals in scalar and vector fields, starting out with a scalar field, and I'm going to use this as an example of a surface. Now, if you aren't already familiar with the concept of line integrals, that's a very good thing to learn before moving on to surface integrals, which are a more advanced version. So if you aren't familiar with line integrals already, I've left some links in the description to videos explaining that. You can check those out and then come back here. Now the idea of line integrals is that we would integrate over a curve that had a range of movement in, for example, 2 dimensions. I'll put some visuals on the screen now so you can see how this works. Basically, because our input curve is already in 2 dimensions, the idea of a line integral is that we compute the surface area of something that looks like a curtain as it moves through 3 dimensions. 2 dimensions. The idea of a line integral is that we compute the surface area of something that looks like a curtain as it moves through 3 dimensions. When we're looking at a surface integral, our surface is already a 3-dimensional shape. And so if we want to represent the function evaluated at some point on this shape that exists in 3 dimensions, we would require a 4th dimension to represent that height. So one way to think about the surface integral is that it's a 3-dimensional volume where we take a height on top of this surface that exists in 4 dimensions. Now if it's difficult to think about a shape in 4 dimensions, one way you can think about the surface integral is that we first take our surface in 3 dimensions and flatten it so that it exists only in 2 dimensions. From there, evaluating the function at every point on the surface corresponds to giving this a height. So we're just looking at an ordinary 3-dimensional function on top of this surface, and we take the volume. That would be our surface integral. Remember that when we were doing ordinary double integrals, we would consider a 2-dimensional input region, and the way that we computed the integral was by first splitting that region into a bunch of rectangles. We used those rectangles as the base, and then we would take the height to be the function evaluated at each point, so this becomes a 3-dimensional idea. Then that one small part of the integral is the volume of this rectangular prism, the base times the height. When we're doing a surface integral, we're looking at the same idea, but instead of looking at a 2-dimensional input region, our input region is a surface in 3 dimensions. And therefore, instead of just looking at a change in area along this region, we're looking at an area on this surface. And we call the area of a small region on this surface ds. So this expression here is saying that we take the function evaluated at some point on the surface, that's the height of this rectangular prism, and then we multiply by the base, which is the area of a small part of this surface, ds. So now that we have this expression for a scalar field surface integral, we need to figure out a way to actually compute it. And the first step to doing that is understanding how to describe our surface. The way that we accomplish that is through a parametrization. Now, in order to parametrize a surface, we need to have 2 different variables. And the reason for that is that with the surface, there are 2 different independent directions of movement. So in order to describe every point on the surface, we need to have a parametrization in terms of 2 variables. So we have a vector value function R of 2 variables u and v that takes in these 2 variables and outputs a point on the surface. Then we can describe the range of values u and v that gives every point on the surface we're interested in.
Albion Online is a sandbox MMORPG in which you write your own story instead of following a laid-out path. Explore a vast open world.
Now that we have this parametrization R of u and v, we can start to think about how to calculate ds. Remember that ds is an area of a small section on the surface. So we need to think about how we can represent that in terms of u and v. Remember that R of u and v is going to give us a point on the surface. If we change the value of u by some small amount, so that we're looking at u plus du instead, that's going to create a particular movement on the surface, a movement in some direction. Similarly, if we do a small change in the value of v, so that we're looking at v plus dv, that's going to create a movement along this surface in a different direction. We can complete this picture by connecting to the final point u plus du, comma, v plus dv. So this area represents a small range of u and v values and how they map onto the surface. We want to find the area of this part of the surface. One important element of this calculation is that as we make du and dv very, very small, we can approximate the area on this surface as a parallelogram. And that's because as we get smaller and smaller ranges on the surface, we can start to approximate it as flat in that small region. And therefore, we're just looking at a parallelogram. If we're looking at a parallelogram with side lengths A and B and an angle of theta between those two sides, the area is going to be the base times the height. But we can write the height in terms of b sine theta by looking at a right triangle just like this, where we have the side B as a hypotenuse. Then b sine theta becomes this side.
Please.
We can use this formula to find the area of our parallelogram over here. To use this formula, the first step here is to find the side lengths of these parallelograms. Remember that each of these sides represents a movement purely due to a change in one variable. Along this side, we aren't changing v at all. We're only moving in the direction of increasing u, from u to u plus du. If we're looking at a vector-valued function r of uv, the movement caused by a small change in u is going to be in the direction of the partial derivative of r with respect to u. That partial derivative represents how does r change as we change u, and that's the direction we're looking for. And if we want that change in terms of a small movement du, the length of this side is going to be r sub u times du. Similarly, the side length up here is going to be r sub v times dv. And from here, we can start plugging things into this formula. The area is going to be the length of this side, which will be the magnitude of r sub u times du, times the length of this side, the magnitude of r sub v times dv, times the sine of the angle between them. This formula is actually something that we've studied before. It is the formula for the magnitude of the cross product. The cross product between these two vectors, r sub u and r sub v. Here, because du and dv are both just scalars, I'm going to factor them out of that cross product. So because the area of this parallelogram is given by the magnitude of the first vector times the magnitude of the second vector times sine theta, that expression is just the magnitude of the cross product. So the area of this parallelogram, ds, is equal to the magnitude of r sub u cross r sub v times du dv. Now we can plug this formula for ds into our original surface integral here and transform it into an ordinary double integral in terms of u and v. In this case, r is talking about the range of uv values that describe our entire surface. And because r of uv, our parametrization, gives the x, y, and z values on the surface, we can easily plug those into the function as well. And so this integral is something that we can actually compute. Now we're going to go through one example of a scalar field surface integral. Evaluate the integral over S of xz plus y squared ds, where S is the surface described by x squared plus y squared equals 16 for z between 0 and 3.
If you're an introvert, working in an office can be draining. Constant small talk, the background noise, and the endless office interruptions. But when I finally switched to working from home, everything changed. Now I can stay focused, recharge in my own space, and connect with my team on my own schedule. If you're ready for remote work that fits your lifestyle, check out remotejobs.io. Every job is pre-screened to cut out scams. You can filter jobs by what matters to you, from part-time to six-figure opportunities. You can get personalized job alerts and even receive resume feedback to help you improve before applying. Get thousands of flexible opportunities, all in one place.
To leave FaZe Clan. So all the speculations that like, oh, this is like an announcement, or this is something that we
Hey there.
planned.
Welcome to Alert Ops, where we make sure you never miss anything important. Like, ever.
we are leaving.
Integrate all your tools, set your on-call schedules, and let Alert Ops handle the rest. No more missed alerts and no more noise. We've done all the work for you. Our integrations filter out noise and route alerts to the on-call person. Escalation rules notify you through your preferred channel. Phone, SMS, mobile app, chat, or email. Your team will also get a default on-call schedule ready to go. It's not complicated. Protect your relationships with SLA-based alerts that escalate before an SLA is breached. Route live customer calls to the right person and escalate if needed. Alert Ops is built and tested by MSPs and enterprises.
Just like when we were deriving the formula, the first step here is to get a parameterization of our surface. So let's think about what it means.
We're all still doing what exactly we were doing before, just not underneath those 4 letters anymore, which it hurts. It hurts me, I think, a little bit more than everyone else, but I feel like it had to be done. It was too much of back and forth and too much stress over the months, a lot of things you guys don't know about, and I do think that this will be for the better, and that's really what it is. Yeah, that's really all I have to say on the matter, that you guys, from the viewer's perspective,
Silky yawning.
viewer's perspective, nothing's gonna change. You guys are all gonna still see us together every day, doing what we do, having fun, laughing, making content.
I think one of the main things to add on to that is like one of the biggest things that we wanted to make sure adding on to Adapt. It's kind of the same thing, but it's like our main intention is to make content, to hang with each other, and just produce content
to entertain.
Literally just to entertain, and that's what we plan on doing moving forward. And the name that we had, obviously, is just not what we're going to be under, but nothing's changing. Like, I know a lot of people made a lot of speculations. Okay,
Yo, Silky done licked his lip 14,000 times. Silky, bro.
They're going to split. They all going to go on our solo, whatever it might be. Are they going to make another group? We don't have any plans on anything right now besides just staying together and just making content.
Yeah. We don't know what the future holds, and honestly, you can't really expect us to. I mean, it's been a super emotional last week for all of us. But what we do know, like they said, is we're going to be sticking together, making content, having fun every single day. And you guys can be a part of whatever we decide to build from here, from the start.
Yeah, and I think these past couple months, I can speak for myself and say we haven't been putting 100% into our content due to all the stuff happening behind the scenes. But moving forward and into the future, I can confidently say that 2026 is going to be our best year because we can focus on purely entertaining.
Yeah.
Being the best version of ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the main thing right now, to be honest. Is everything good? We can talk.
Yeah.
Yo, this nigga Silky's, yo, Silky, I love you, bro. You know I ain't even trying to roast you. But Silky appeared on the stream like one of them players in the My Park joint that's just sitting on, you know when you like get on the 3 spot and that one player that's just going back and forth? That's Silky right here. Silky not gonna say nothing?
Good.
Yeah. I know people expect us to come on here and, the whole internet's filled with drama and hate right now, and we're not going to feed into that or give any attention to it. We just want to move forward as a unit and keep it pushing and just stick together. This whole thing we're not going to let it tear us apart. This thing has made us stronger. We've sat here for hours just hanging out, talking, chilling. It's
more than hours.
It's strengthened
It's
our
honestly
friendships.
made us better.
Yeah, it really has. It truly has.
For days, months, like before the Minecraft marathon, before the subathon, we were dealing with this exact shit, and it was kind of building up and building up and building up. And recently, I guess you could say it was the straw that broke the camel's back, where we were all like, all right, it's time. And it sucks. Yeah, it sucks for me. I grew up a huge FaZe fan, loving FaZe, got to be a part of FaZe.
Means to have x squared plus y squared equals 16. Well, we know that that's going to describe a circle in the xy plane, where we have a constant distance from the origin of 4. In that case, we could use some angle theta to represent every point on the circle. So we would have x equals 4 cosine theta, and y equals 4 sine theta. So that lets us describe the circle x squared plus y squared equals 16. But we're not just looking at a circle. We're looking at a surface where we take this circle for a range of z values. But notice that this circle stays the same regardless of what z we plug in. And that means that the surface we're looking at is actually going to be a cylinder. In that case, what we can use as our second variable for the parameterization is simply z. So the two variables that we're going to use to parameterize our surface are theta and z. And we can use the parameterization here, r of theta z equals our x value for cosine theta, our y value for sine theta, and our z value just being the variable z. We also need to think about the range of values of theta and z that give us this surface. For the z values, it's pretty clear that we're going to have z between 0 and 3. For theta, remember that this surface has all of the values with x squared plus y squared equals 16, meaning we're going to go all the way around the circle. And one full revolution of a circle is values of theta between 0 and 2 pi. So that's going to be the range for our theta variable. The last thing that we need to do is calculate the magnitude of this cross product. In our case, that's going to be r sub theta cross r sub z. So we need to figure out those partial derivatives of this function. First of all, r sub theta, that's going to be the partial derivative of each of these components with respect to theta. For the first one, we're going to have the derivative of 4 cosine theta, which is negative 4 sine theta. The derivative of 4 sine theta will be 4 cosine theta. And then the derivative of z with respect to theta is going to be 0 because we're looking at a partial derivative.
I need to find the best way to learn math and science.
It's Brilliant.org. Brilliant has thousands of interactive lessons in math, science, and computer science. You'll solve fun problems and learn from clear and intuitive explanations. Brilliant gets you hands-on to help you learn by doing, because studies show that interactive learning is 6 times more effective than watching lecture videos. With over 10 million users around the world, Brilliant is the best place to learn interactively. Start your 30-day free trial at Brilliant.org.
Yo, FaZe must have kicked them out the house, man. Like, these niggas is here with like a roll-on TV. This is crazy.
That will be good.
No lighting, no nothing.
If we want r sub z, notice that the x and y components are just in terms of theta. So if we differentiate with respect to z, those are constants, the derivative is 0, and we have the partial derivative of z, which is just 1. Now we need to take the cross product, r sub theta, cross r sub z, and we can use that determinant formula to actually compute this. So if we take our two vectors, r sub theta and r sub z, plug them into the cross product formula and compute this determinant, the result that we get is the vector 4 cosine theta, 4 sine theta, and 0. Our goal is to get the magnitude of this vector. So if we take the magnitude here, what we're going to get is the square root of 4 squared times cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta. And here cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta is just 1. So we have the square root of 4 squared, which gives us 4. That's the magnitude of this cross product. Now we're ready to turn this into an actual integral. We can plug everything into the formula that we have right here. First of all, we're going to take the double integral over the region R that describes the range of u and v values for our surface. We know that theta is going to go between 0 and 2 pi on our surface.
Quarter to 21.
And we know that z is going to go between 0 and 3. So that gives us the range for our double integral. Then we want f of x, y, z. We know that x, y, z values are described by this vector over here. So if we want x times z, that's going to be 4 cosine theta times z. And then we add y squared, which is 4 sine theta squared. From here, we're going to multiply this entire expression, which is just f of x, y, z, times the magnitude of our cross product. We got that the magnitude of the cross product was equal to 4, so we're just going to multiply a 4 out here, dz d theta. Since we're focusing on surface integrals in this video, I'm not going to go through all the computations of this double integral, but I've written out one step in the process here, and I've written our final answer if we evaluate this integral, which is 192 times pi. So that's all we need to do to evaluate a surface integral in a scalar field. And now it's time to start looking at vector fields. So the purpose of a vector field surface integral is to measure the component of some vector field f normal to a surface S across the entire surface. In order to understand how this can be calculated, we have to start by thinking about how we can measure the component of f normal to a surface S at a single point. In order to do that, we can think about taking our surface and constructing a unit normal vector. A vector that by definition is normal to the surface pointing straight out of the surface at a particular point. Now, if we want to measure the component of f normal to the surface, that's the same thing as measuring the component of f in the direction of the normal vector. And the way that we do that is with a dot product. If we take the dot product of f with a unit normal vector n, that gives the component of f in the direction of n, because the dot product talks about how parallel the two vectors are. Now remember that f dot n is a numerical value. It's just a number that represents the component of f in the direction of n. And because it's just a number, we can make a graph of it. In order to graph f dot n, we'll start by taking our surface S and flattening it so that it becomes a two-dimensional region. So let's say we flattened our original surface S and got this two-dimensional region right here. In that case, we can take f dot n for every point along this surface, and that's going to correspond to some height above our two-dimensional input region. At every single point on this two-dimensional region here, corresponding to some point on the original surface S, the height above that point represents f dot n at that single point. If instead of considering just a single point, we want to aggregate all of that information and look at the entire surface, instead of just taking the height at a point, we can take the volume under the entire shape. And the volume of this function f dot n above the two-dimensional region representing S, that is what we call the vector field surface integral, which we denote by the integral over our surface S of f dot n times ds, where ds is the area of a small part of that original surface. We also sometimes write it as f dot ds, where ds is itself a vector. And that's because once we get to the computation, it's often easier to group n ds together as just one thing. From here, turning this vector field surface integral into something we can actually compute follows a lot of the same steps as we did with scalar field surface integrals. Just like before, our first step will be to parametrize the surface in terms of some function r of u and v. Then we need to figure out how to find the unit normal vector n times ds. We can start with the formula that we found when we were doing scalar field surface integrals. That ds is equal to the magnitude of r sub u times the magnitude of r sub v times the sine of the angle between them times du dv. From here, we don't just want ds, we want n ds, that unit normal vector. But if we want the unit normal vector on the left side, we can also multiply it on the right side over here. Notice what this part of the formula is. We have the magnitude of the first vector times the magnitude of the second vector times sine theta times a unit normal vector. And this unit normal vector is normal to the surface. But remember that r sub u and r sub v are partial derivatives of our vector function, which means that they're going to move along the surface. Both of these vectors represent movement in the surface. So this unit normal vector here, because it's normal to the surface, it's also going to be normal to both of these vectors. And therefore, this entire formula here is the exact formula for R sub u cross R sub v. And we don't even need the magnitude this time, because this unit normal vector represents the direction of that cross product.
Somebody says,
so when we have a parametrization R of uv that describes our surface, we can write the unit normal vector times ds as R sub u cross R sub v du dv. And therefore we can turn our original surface integral into a double integral over a region R of uv values that gives our surface of the vector field f evaluated at the point on the surface R of uv dotted with n ds, which is what we have right here. R sub u cross R sub v du dv. And that's all we need to compute the surface integral. Now there's one more thing that we need to understand with vector field surface integrals, and that is to pay attention to the orientation of the unit normal vector. To see what that means, let's say the surface that we're looking at for our integral is the surface of a sphere. In that case, we could have a unit normal vector that points off of the sphere just like this. That would be normal to the sphere. However, there's another unit normal vector that we could have chosen instead, and that is the unit normal vector that looks like this. The vector pointing in the exact opposite direction. So there are always two unit normal vectors to a surface. There is the original vector n, and there is negative n. When we do a vector field surface integral, we always have to recognize that we're choosing an orientation for the normal vector. Now when problems describe the normal vector, they'll usually say that it's either upward versus downward or outward versus inward. In the case of the sphere here, it would make sense to describe the normal vector as either pointing outward away from the sphere or inward towards the center of the sphere. When the normal vector is described as upward versus downward, that's talking about the z component of the normal vector. So if our normal vector, for example, were 0 to negative 1, we could tell that this normal vector would be oriented downward because the z component is negative. If we wanted it to be oriented upward, we would take the negative of this vector so that the z component was positive.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Now when the normal vector is described as inward versus outward, it's not always as clear which direction our normal vector is pointing. So in those cases, if we can't tell whether our normal vector is pointing in the right direction, what we can do is choose some values for u and v, just plug in some values there, determine the point on the surface and the normal vector, and from there we can see if it's pointing in the right direction. For example, let's say that our surface is this sphere here. If we took our parametrization and plugged in a certain value for u and v, we would get a specific point on the sphere, which say is 1, 0, 0. Then we can plug in those same values for u and v to get our unit normal vector, and say that our unit normal vector at this point was equal to negative 1, 0, 0. From there, it's pretty easy to see that our normal vector is going to point back towards the center of the sphere, and therefore it is oriented inward. From there, if the problem said the normal vector is oriented outward, we would need to take the negative of our normal vector so that we got the proper orientation. So now we'll go through an example of a vector field surface integral. Evaluate the integral over S of f dot ds, where f is z over x, x squared, e to the x squared plus z squared, and S is the surface described by x squared plus y squared equals 16 for z between 0 and 3, with ds oriented outward. Remember that in this case, ds, this vector, is just a shorthand for the unit normal vector times ds. In this case, the surface S is the exact same surface as we were looking at with the scalar field surface integral, which means that we can use the same parametrization R of theta and z as 4 cosine theta, 4 sine theta, and z. And from there, we can also use the same cross product. In this case, we're not going to take the magnitude, we just want the actual vector. From our same computations with the scalar field example, we got that r
So,
sub
Jim
theta
Jones
cross r
could
sub
say
z
something to me
was
or whatever.
4
Jim
cosine
Jones ain't really
theta
even trying to talk
for
to me. I can
sine
tell.
theta
And Jim Jones ain't trying to do the online
and
shit.
0.
I get it. Cool.
Now, is this
So I really got
vector
nothing for Jim Jones.
oriented outward like we want
The
it to
person
be?
who I really critiqued.
Well, let's think about what would
fabulous,
happen
and
if
it
we
wasn't
plugged
really
in a
like some
particular
really, like,
point.
legit
Say we
criticism.
plugged in
It's
theta
kinda like
equals
so interesting.
0
Y'all got me, like,
and
going
z
back and
equals
forth, and I
0.
get it. Yo,
In
Jack,
that
I joke with
case,
him,
we're going to have
like, these are
r of
harmless
0
jokes.
and
That's like me
0,
joking on-
which will
like,
be
people are acting like I
4
was legit
times the
making
cosine
fashion
of 0
statements
is
like I'm
1,
not.
so that's just 4. 4 times the sine of 0 is 0,
Bro,
so that's
I make
0,
self-deprecating.
and z equals
When I have on
0.
a bad fit, or y'all be like, yo,
So this is our
I joke
point,
with myself.
and then our normal
These
vector
old-ass
is going
niggas,
to be
like,
given
bro,
by
they're
this
dragging
cross product,
Bro, I've done
evaluated
addressed
at 0, 0.
I'm done with y'all.
That's going to be
bum-ass niggas.
4 cosine
Mano,
0 is 4,
I get it.
4 sine
You
0
never
is
was
0,
successful in
and then we
hip-hop.
have
You
a
trying to
0.
come to the space that I was
So
really
this is
successful
the
at.
normal vector to the
Bro,
surface.
you come off like
Remember
a
that
bum
this
at
surface
point.
is a
I don't wanna
cylinder.
talk about you no more.
So we're looking at
You going
a
on a press
surface
tour talking
that
about
looks
me?
something like this.
Get out of here.
The point
So,
4, 0,
the one thing I
0
give
is going to be
attention
at
to
the bottom
because
here
the
in the
person who I was
positive
talking
x
to in all
direction.
of this
And the
is
normal vector
Fab. And I was
is going to
cracking a harmless
point
joke, and you
outwards
could've cracked
in the
a harmless joke
positive
ahead of me.
x direction,
Fab, you know,
which
Fab
means
is
that
like
this
above the
normal
fray.
vector is
Fab, I'm
indeed
gonna be honest with you,
oriented
you gotta let
outward.
these losers go.
So this normal vector
You're
is
the
the one
only
that we
person
need.
who's
We
against
don't
me
need to
tomorrow.
take the
These
negative.
guys are over here just looking.
Now, before we plug
looking
everything into the
groggy and just
integral,
upset.
let's compute the dot
Please,
product of
Fab, I'm
f
telling you,
with
what's good
r
for you
sub
is-
theta
I
cross
don't know
r
if
sub z
you're not
at the
a natural
beginning.
podcaster,
That
but you're
dot
a
product
great
is going to be
musician. And at
first
the end of the day,
this
you're the
vector
only
field
New
f.
York City
If we
music
plug in the
legend
point here,
sitting on them couches,
now we
or
dot
whatever
that
that's
with the cross
okay?
product
If
that we
I'm you,
have
I would just
right here. And
do
when we
what
do
you
this
do,
dot product out,
them
notice
niggas there-
first that we're going to have the
Mano
x
is a
components
legendary
multiplied together.
You got
The
no
4
accolades,
cosine
not in
theta
music.
on the top and bottom will cancel, so we'll
You
just
could tell
have
by
a
his
z.
whole demeanor. He's
Then we
trying to,
add
like,
the product of
recreate
these
this
two,
thing.
which is going to be 4
Like,
squared
I try
times
to watch
4
the
is
Vlad thing. I was about to,
64
like, react to it,
cosine
and it's-
squared
the bum-ass
theta
niggas still trying to
sine
recreate high
theta.
school in-
And
in-
then
in
we're going to add
Oh, we
e
would
to
be
the
at the
4
pool table.
cosine theta
You sound
squared
like
plus
Wale,
z
like,
squared,
back in 2017
but just
talking
times
about who's
0.
cool and who's not. Nigga, get outta
Because
here.
the z component
Here's
of our
the
normal
point.
vector
Only
is
big
0,
dog you want to
it
see
doesn't
Mano.
matter what the z component
I've
of our
made
vector field
20
is.
times the
That's not
amount
going to
you make. You're
contribute
the
to our
rapper.
answer
I'm
at
the
all,
media
so we
nigga.
don't
I'm the
need to
top of
worry
my
about it.
field. You're the
That means
lowest
that
of
our
your
final
field. I don't wanna
integral
talk
is
to
going to be the double integral
I was really
over the
nice and
same
really cool
ranges as in the
thinking that you're
scalar
just-
field
When I
case.
seen
So the
you, you're the
integral from
struggling rapper
0
that
to
was
2
at
pi
Youngboy concert
of
that
the
nobody
integral
invited,
from
buddy.
0 to 3
That you just
of
bullied
the
your way
dot
into the
product that we
scene.
just
It's okay.
calculated.
Bro, I
So
don't
that's
talk to you no
z
more. You start
plus
getting weird with me, you start
64
talking about
cosine
allegations, all
squared
this
theta
bullshit. Get your
sine
weird ass on
theta
out of here. We don't have
times
to have no more
dz
conversation, and I don't want to have no
d
more
theta.
conversation with you because once you start
From there,
talking
it's just an
about
ordinary double integral,
allegations
so I'll
and
skip
rumors
through the
that
computations,
are based
and
on
we'll get to
nothing
the
in fact,
final
we're not joking
answer,
no more. Get
which
outta
is
here, nigga.
9 pi.
And that's
So
how
that
we
is the
keep it.
value
Me
for
and
our
you have
vector
nothing to
field
talk about. I
surface
have no
integral.
angst against you.
So
If I
that's
see
how
you
we
in
do
public, I
surface
would not
integrals
approach you,
in
I would just
scalar
ignore
and
you. But
vector
if you chose
fields.
to do anything else,
Instead
I
of a
would just
double
defend you.
integral that has a
I wanted
flat
to say
two-dimensional input
Straight up.
range, or a line
So,
integral
whatever you got
that
going on, I
integrates
just look at
over
you
a
and I'm like,
curve
yo,
in space,
I'm
a
watching
surface
50
integral
punk you and-
integrates
and-
over a
nigga, you on
surface
Vlad, like,
in 3
choose your words
dimensions.
carefully 'cause 50's
When we're
like
looking at a
50,
vector field,
y'all niggas
we need to
balls.
find the unit normal vector
But just
times
please
ds.
don't, and that's the
Once
only
we
thing I'll say about
parametrize our curve, we can do that
please
using
don't
the
think that
cross
when y'all don't have
product
the energy
between
for
the
50,
partial derivatives.
y'all could come over here and
And
tell
for a scalar field, we don't need the
That's what
normal
I'm not
vector at all, so we can just just take the magnitude of that cross product. Once we
you
plug in
don't
our
have that energy
parameterization,
for a 50,
it just
I
becomes
will
an
not
ordinary
make you
double
come over here
integral,
and seem
and
like
we
some
can
super
solve
tough
it
guy.
to get
I
to our
refuse,
solution.
And that will be a dying stance I'll take. So Mano, please, bro, I got nothing more to talk about you. I wasn't even talking about you in the original clip. Like, I don't look at you as a dresser. I was really talking about Jim Jones and Fabulous, but I aimed it at Fabulous with the headband thing. You're taking it. I hear him like, yo, well, you were.
So we are going to talk about some special cases of surface integrals that allow us to simplify our calculations.
You said jar relish. Like,
when we're looking at a
something
surface,
that's a food
we can
item.
describe it using a vector-valued function r of two variables u and v.
21
Once we
o'clock.
do that, to calculate the surface integral, the cross product r sub u cross r sub v is a very important part of actually getting to our final answer. So we're going to talk about a few ways that we can shortcut this cross product. And the situations we're going to talk about in this video are specifically when our two variables of the parameterization are x and y. So let's say, for the first case, that we have some vector-valued function r of x and y, which is given by x, y, and some function z of x and y. This is what we get if our surface is described by some function, for example, z equals x squared plus y squared minus 4. Some function where z is given by x and y. In that case, we can easily parameterize it using the variables x and y and plug in the formula for z. From there, we want to find the cross product r sub x cross r sub y. So let's see what that would look like in the case that we're looking at here. We know that r sub x is going to be the partial derivative of each of these components with respect to x. So the partial of x with respect to x is 1, partial of y with respect to x is just 0, and then for our function z, we're going to have z sub x, the partial derivative of z with respect to x. R sub y is going to look very similar. The derivative of x with respect to y is 0, of y with respect to y is 1, and then we're going to have z sub y. Now we can plug these two vectors into our cross product. R sub x cross r sub y. For that cross product, that's going to be this determinant here where we've plugged in r sub x as the second row and r sub y as the third row. From there, we can expand this determinant along the first row of these vectors I, j, and k. So we get I times 0 times z sub y is 0. We do minus z sub x. Then we're going to do minus j times 1 times z sub y is just z sub y, minus z sub x times 0 is just 0, and then we're going to do plus k times 1 times 1 is 1, and then minus 0. If we turn this back into a vector, the x component is negative z sub x, the y component is negative z sub y, and the z component is just 1. So this is a formula for r sub x plus r sub y. It's a very simple formula that we can always plug in when we have a parameterization in terms of x and y. As an example, let's say we were looking at the surface described by the function z equals 9 minus 2x squared plus xy. In that case, r sub x cross r sub y is going to be, first, the partial of z with respect to x. Well, that's going to be negative 4x, and then plus the derivative of xy with respect to x is just y. We have negative of this partial, then negative, the partial with respect to y is just going to be the derivative of xy with respect to y, which is x, and then we have 1 as our third component. So if we expanded this negative through, this vector would be our cross product r sub x cross r sub y. All we had to do was take the partial derivatives. Now the next shortcut that we're going to look at is an even more general version of this formula. Instead of having some function z in terms of x and y, let's say we were looking at a surface defined by f of x, y, z equals c for some function f. For example, the top half of a sphere is given by x squared plus y squared plus z squared equals r squared for z greater than or equal to 0. And in this case, r squared is a constant. So we have a function of x, y, and z equal to a constant. And there's a shortcut here to find this cross product. We can actually do it without ever solving for any parameterization. In order to do that, we're going to start by assuming that there is some parameterization for our
How did I cook this tomahawk steak? That's a great question, I'd love to tell you. It's really just 3 easy steps. Let's start out by applying a binder of Nutri-Oil. I used avocado oil, and then layer down a thick coat of rub on all sides. Next, we hit this with a proper smoke sesh until 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And finally, we sear with high heat over lump charcoal and citrus hardwood. Now, you've really got to keep an eye on things at this point. I usually only give it about 30 seconds per side, and I'm flipping it constantly.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, why y'all didn't hit that nigga?
What the fuck?
I was trying to.
This is not Need for Speed, buddy. This is not Need for Speed, buddy. This is Call of Duty. Now, what y'all boys need to realize is, I don't play that. Come on now, man.
Stay right there.
With y'all.
Stay right there, then, nigga.
Somebody right in front of us. I'm picking them up.
You gonna res him right there? Are you crazy?
Yo, shoot this nigga up, bro.
Yeah, ain't no shooting me,
God
boy.
damn.
Ain't no shooting me, playboy.
Oh no, he a PC nigga. He a PC nigga.
And what that
Fuck
mean?
that, shoot that
And
nigga,
what that
the
mean? And
fuck?
what that mean? What that mean? Cause I'm a PC N-word.
You
What that mean?
sorry. You
I'm
sorry.
I just smoked all 3 of y'all down.
I know it, bro. I just smoked
all 3 of y'all down. I got smoked? Is that right? I got smoked.
Yeah, you a PC nigga. It's easier for you to move around and aim. You trash.
What? Say you sorry at the game without saying you sorry at the game. That's all I'm gonna say.
Say I'm sick and tired, always put the same names. I don't wanna die, I wanna set the record straight. I gotta stay alive, I'm a soulmate. You can never understand, it can never be the same. I never wanna. I say I'm sick and tired, always put the same names. I don't wanna die, I wanna set the record straight. I gotta stay alive, I'm a soulmate. You can never understand, it can never be the same. I never wanna. I say I'm sick and
Don't speak into this mic and I'll buy you anything in this mall. What is your name? How old are you? Why are you here? Okay, tell me what do you want to buy in this mall? Okay, why don't you bring me there? What is your favorite color? Have you thought about what you want to buy? Is it going to be very expensive? Am I going to be broke? What is it? Is it a toy? Is it food? No, I'm not. You. Don't speak into this mic and I'll buy you anything in this mall. What is your name? How old are you? Why are you here? Okay, tell me what do you want to buy in this mall? Okay, why don't you bring me there?
I've been waiting for this day a long time.
1, 2, boom. A secret AI process to design better and faster than your competition. First, go to this tool, describe your project, and boom, a full website UX sitemap, wireframes, a homepage design, and a design style guide so beautifully laid out. You can click to change any part of the design very easily and present different saved concepts to the client right here. It's a huge time saver already, but we're not done. Second, with the Reloom plugin, import the website design and style guide into Figma. So you or any other designers can create materials while staying on brand, and boom, created in Reloom, enhanced in Figma. And in Reloom, with the Webflow plugin, you can send the full winning concept with the style guide to Webflow too, so you can push it live from there. Cut the boring and tedious start of the design process, so you can focus on the fun creative part. For a professional product enhanced by AI, not created by it. I love this because it's not a selfish tool trying to keep you boxed in, but are truly saving you time in your full design workflow so that you can take more clients and make more money. And that,
yeah. Boom. So look, it's recording now. You gotta unplug it, plug it back in.
1, 2, boom. A secret AI process to design better and faster than your competition. First, go to this tool, describe your project, and boom, a full website UX sitemap, wireframes, a homepage design, and a design style guide